This is a Bones Divination for the global community for the month of March. I've set the intention for the ancestors to bring forward any information that might be helpful for the global community for the month of March. So I'm just going to light some impepu to let the ancestors know that we're ready to begin and to see what guidance they have for us. And so the image that the ancestors are showing me, Makosi, they are showing me this dark tornado energy, this dark, dense tornado energy. And what the ancestors are saying is the ancestors are saying this energy represents chaos. This energy represents chaos. But what they are saying, what is more important is what is inside this chaos. What they are saying is the chaos is filled with pain. It's filled with suffering. It's filled with depression. It's filled with disappointments. It's filled with all those pains, those hurts. And what they are saying, Makosi, they are saying that this is representative of not only your own pain and suffering in this lifetime, but pain and sufferings that you have experienced throughout all lifetimes that you have lived. And then it also is a combination of what is held within the collective. And so this energy, this tornado of chaos, this dark, dense tornado is holding all of this pain inside. It's holding all these pain pictures, all this trauma, all this hardships, everything that you have experienced and are experiencing at this time in this global community that we live in on this planet Earth at this time. And what they are saying is that you are not wanting to see this. You're not wanting to experience it. And they're actually showing me, Makosis, they're showing me you taking this tornado energy and you're trying to push it. You're trying to push it away. You're trying to push it through the door. You want to push it away and lock it up and not experience it and not feel it and not allow it to come fully to the surface is what the ancestors are saying. What they are saying is this chaos energy is created because of this action of not wanting to acknowledge it. But they are saying that this brings everything out of balance. This is what is causing the imbalance on this planet Earth right now, is when we don't want to see those sufferings. We don't want to feel that pain. We don't want to bring it forward. We don't want to acknowledge it. And what they are saying is by acknowledging the pain within inside of you, in this lifetime, in past lifetimes, when you are acknowledging the suffering in the world, then it takes away the power of the chaos. It takes away that power that allows it to continue to exist, for it to grow and for it to spread on this planet Earth. When you are acknowledging all the pains and you are acknowledging all the sufferings, and when you are looking at those pains and sufferings within inside of yourself, Makosis, then this is what allows the chaos to settle. This is what allows the chaos to start to not have its strength, is what they are saying. It starts to dissipate. And so what the ancestors are coming forward today, and they are holding onto your feet, Makosis. They are holding onto your feet, allowing you to be anchored in so that you may stand fully, allowing yourself to acknowledge these pains, these sufferings, They are holding your feet steady. They are helping you to stand in your power. They are helping you to stand in your strength, because they are saying, this is the way, Makoses. They are saying, this is the way. When you stand fully in your power, in your strength, and you allow yourself to acknowledge these pains, these sufferings of not only yourself, but on the global community, then the chaos starts to settle. It starts to dissipate. It starts to weaken, is what they are saying. And then the more that you can ground into this earth, and the more that you allow yourself to stand in the power of your own strength, your own soul consciousness, the more that this will weaken that chaos. And so what they are showing me, Makosi, is they are showing me when you stand in your total strength, when you stand fully in that grounded place, and you face, they are saying, you face it head on. You face the suffering, you face the pain, you face the chaos, and then this takes away its power. It takes away the chaos. It weakens it. And so that tornado of chaos starts to dissolve. It starts to weaken. It starts to fall apart. And it can no longer sustain itself. It can no longer cause the upheaval, because you are standing fully in your power, in your strength. When you are fully facing these, fully forward, facing it, they're saying, face it, Makosi's, face it. You are not, what they are saying is, do not try to hide it away. Do not try to push it away. They understand that it is not easy. They understand what they are asking of you is not easy. They are saying, they understand this, but they are saying that this is the only way forward. This is the only way forward to fully allow yourself to allow these things, these sufferings to be released, is by acknowledging them so that they can be healed. And they are saying, when you get to the other side of this, when you are fully grounded and you are opening up your heart and allowing yourself to experience all of this, then the chaos settles, the pain settles, the suffering settles, and the light begins to shine through. In the image that they are showing me now, Makosis, they are showing me as this tornado dissipates and all the pain pictures fall to the ground before you and begin to dissolve. The light begins to crack through. It's cracking open the darkness. The light is cracking open the darkness when you stand within your own strength and your power. And the light begins to shine brighter and brighter and brighter on this, dissolving things further out. And if each one of us in the global community do this, then your light begins to shine fully further out. Your light shines out and it begins to touch others, and they begin to have strength. They begin to have the strength to be able to be grounded and to be able to see their own pain and their own suffering, and be able to stand in their own power. And then that touches the next person, and then that touches the next person, and then the light spreads and it grows, and then we can evolve into the state of consciousness that we are being called forward to do on this earth at this time. But first we must face this darkness. We must face our pains. We must face our sufferings. And we must fully acknowledge them, Makosis. We must fully acknowledge them in order to let them go. We are causing the chaos. We are causing the energy to be stuck by not acknowledging them. And this is the message of the ancestors for this month of March, is that we are the cause of the suffering not being able to be healed and released, because we are not wanting to face it fully. We are not wanting to stand in our power. We are not wanting to stand in our strength and face all of those wrongs, all of those hurts, all of the sufferings. But in order to allow things to shift and to change and for us to evolve, we must stand fully in order for these energies to be healed and released. And the ancestors are there for you, Makosis. They are there waiting for you to call upon them, to help you to stand in your power, to help you ground fully on this earth in this time, to allow you to stand fully so that these energies might be healed and released at this time. And they are saying that the light is there on the other side. The light is there. They do not want you to forget this when the times get troubled, when things don't feel right, when it feels like it's you're being overwhelmed, or it's just not feeling good. They are saying that the light is on the other side, and they are calling forward to you to step forward today, to allow you to really embody this message, to hear this message, and know to stand in your strength, to face those sufferings, so that you may shine the light and allow that to touch the other people around you, so that it may continue to spread throughout this earth. And so we can continue to evolve on this earth as a species, as we continue to walk towards living on this earth from our heart-centered space. And by acknowledging those pains and sufferings, they are saying, this is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. If we continue to push aside these pains and sufferings, then that chaos only grows. It grows in power, it grows in strength. But we must face it fully on. And this will allow the energy to dissipate. This will allow the light to shine in. And they are just saying this over and over, Makozis, because it is so important for you to hear that it is not easy. They are saying it is not easy, but it is important. It is important. It is the way forward. They are saying it is the way forward to face all of that, so that that chaos energy cannot build. And this is what they want you to hear today on this day in March, so that you may begin to face all within inside of you, all those imbalances, all those sufferings, all those pains from this life and others' lifetimes, and to be able to feel those pains and sufferings of the collective and not feed the energy by looking away, by resisting it. And this will allow those chaos energies to fall away, and the light will begin to shine upon you. And this is what the ancestors have to say. And so when we look at the bones, Makozis, this is the pain bone here, very at the very bottom of the mat. This is the pain bone. This is what the ancestors are asking you to look at. This is what the ancestors are asking you to face in order to release that chaos energy. And this is the ancestors right here. This is the ancestors waiting for you to call them in, to ask them to help you to be grounded in this path of facing your pain, facing the suffering, facing all that is before you from this lifetime and many lifetimes, in that pain of the collective. They are saying this is what is so important, Makozis, to call on your ancestors and to ask them to come forward. And what they are saying is, because this is the fear bone right here. They are showing this is the fear bone, and this is the life path bone of the collective. This is the life path bone of the collective moving forward. But this is the fear. This is the fear of moving forward, because we are seeing all the pain and the suffering within inside of ourselves and the global community. But if we do not release that, if we keep feeding that fear, if we keep tapping into that chaos that is around us and not fully facing it full on, then we will continue to be stuck in that fear. We will continue to be stuck in that chaos. And they are saying that in order to release that, you need to call upon your ancestors and ask them to help you to start grounding into your own strength, grounding into your own power, and to bring that balance forward. And what they are showing is this is the life path bone. And as we release that fear, that chaos, all of that is within inside of ourselves, then things begin to move forward. And this is the movement forward bone, Makozis. And right on the other side of that is the balance bone. And what they are saying is that is important for us to reach that balanced state. In order to do that, we need to let go of all those fears, those traumas, those hurts, those disappointments, or whatever is inside of you that you can identify. But you have to call on your ancestors in order to do that. And as we let go of that, then the balance begins to come in. The balance begins to come in. And then we can tap into that divine feminine energy that is coming into the planet at this time. And then right on the other side of that is this little heart here. And that is the love. That is your own love for yourself, for humanity, for our global community, for all that we have and all that we are in this lifetime. And then right on the other side of that is the gifts bone and your true nature bone. And this is the life path bone right here. And so as you're beginning to heal those pieces within inside of yourself and allowing that light to really shine in, then you open yourself up to really loving yourself, your own gifts, your own true natures, and you can really move forward in this global community. And that's what the ancestors are saying, is that we each have our own gifts. We each have our own true nature in order to bring in that balance into the world and to be able to shine that light for the global community, that we must first be able to see our own fears, our own doubts, our own weaknesses, our own pains, our own sufferings. We have to be able to face them, to acknowledge them in order to allow the energy that holds them together to weaken, to dissolve. It's like this pack of pain that's being held together. And the more that we can ground into Mother Earth, the more that we can ground into our ancestors, the more that we can ground into our own strength, then that allows that chaos energy to begin to dissolve, and we can begin to dismantle those pieces that are not allowing our full light to shine within this lifetime. And that's what the ancestors want you to hear today, Makozis. That's what the ancestors really want you to acknowledge, that by trying to push it away, to not see it, to not acknowledge it, is allowing it to be held in place, all the imbalances. And so they are calling upon you today to let those energies go, to bring them forward each and every day, to face them, to acknowledge them, and to allow that chaos energy to dissolve so that everything can be brought into balance and the light can be able to shine fully within each and every one of us. Because as we tap into our own light and we allow it to shine, then that expands throughout the global community, throughout this earth, throughout humanity. And by doing that, then we can reach that new plane of existence, that new state of consciousness, that new state of being that we are being called to be. We are light beings on this planet Earth in these physical bodies, and we have the ability to grow, to shift, and to change. But in order to do that, we need to acknowledge all of these hurts, these harms, these pains, and these sufferings, and that will take away the power of them to be able to be held in place. We'll close. And so I'm just going to light a little bit more in Pepu, thanking the ancestors for coming forward today, allowing us to hear the message that they needed us to hear in this March of 2022. So ancestors, guides, teachers, all the great ones who have come forward today, allowing us to hear this message of healing, this message of bringing forward balance into our lives, allowing the chaos energies to be released and dissolved as we ground into ourselves fully, facing our fears, facing all those hurts, those harms, everything that is those energies that we do not want to see but are necessary to allow this chaos energy to be dissolved. We are grateful for you today, ancestors. We are grateful for this message. We are grateful for your assistance in holding that space for us, helping us to ground fully into who we are, so that we may shine our lights. We may shine our lights and shift and evolve and change, becoming those light beings, who we are and who we are meant to be in this lifetime, moving forward from this month of March 2022 and all the way forward into the future. We'll close.